Operation Status Quo. Operation Status Quo. Prepare to engage. Operation Status Quo. Ready to engage. Operation Status Quo. Engaged. 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 Hello. I'm sorry. What a kind of like a, why'd I laugh like that? Ha ha. I'm right off the bat. I do that right to you guys in your face. That's not very nice of me at all, is it? Hello and welcome to Operation Status Quo, ladies and gentlemen, here today. And today is what? Today is Tuesday. A beautiful Tuesday here. The 4th of April, the good year 2023. Lots of great stuff happening in the world. As always, I'm Pete Palma. Thank you for taking the time to be with me here today on Operation Status Quo. Operation Status Quo, where we learn to observe the status quo and then we learn to flow with the quo. We observe the status quo and then we learn to flow with the quo, because the status quo is merely the current conditions in which we are mired within, and so we just have to be aware of it and go with the flow of it and see, we don't have to do exactly whatever's being done, but that's what we do here on Operation Status Quo, because this place is a place of love, togetherness, and joy. It's about encouraging people to, expand their mind and just look at things in different ways and not get too attached to any outcome of anything that that's going on. So today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, is entitled All About the Boo Boo Boo, and I was thinking of this yesterday because it's, my topics sometimes are so, wherever they go is where they go. But so I've been working, I got a new job since I moved. I mean, my whole life, so I'm not giving my whole life story, but I worked a job for a long time. I left that job when I moved to Florida and stuff and blah, blah. So now I was been blessed and fortunate enough to find a position doing the same type of work I was doing previously, but I get to work from home now, which is absolutely wonderful. So I'm home every day and I really appreciate that opportunity. And because I want to tell you what a nightmare it was to have to sit in a cubicle all day long and be in an office with a bunch of, how it is if you guys work in an office. And this is probably kind of like what I'm getting to with All About the Boo Boo Boo, because you know how it is when you work in that kind of office environment. Everybody acts all friendly and nice and happy Monday and oh, thank God it's Friday and all the cliches and all that kind of stuff. And nobody really likes anybody. It's just kind of like this fake put on thing that people do to show themselves as like a good person in the office place. So anyway, but that's a whole nother, well, not really. It's part of all the same, because what I realized here from this working from home, and I've been doing this now, I don't know, I started this job, in February or whatever. So anyway, and I've been all these weeks in, and I'm not going to complain because I love it. I think the way the world is going and everybody's so confused and upset and doesn't know what to do next, that it really is a benefit to people like me who don't want to do much, So I have to be honest about that, because, I've been on this job and, they haven't even gotten me into the actual systems yet where I would do the actual work that I was hired to do. So, we're talking over a month, right? I don't even have a direct supervisor yet to report to or anything. I'm basically just kind of floating, I check my emails, I check in if somebody asks me a question, but there's no actual anything. Some trainings I do here and there, but anyway, what I think is hilarious though is, everything's on Teams now. They use the Teams, Microsoft Teams. So in the group that I'm in, there's like in this particular group for this, facet of the job, there's I think there's like 70 something people in this group on Teams, and it starts every morning and I come down, I turn it on the computer, and here it comes. It goes, oh, what was today? Today's Tuesday, right? Let's make it a terrific Tuesday. And they put the GIF or the GIF or whatever, and it's like a dancing something or other, then they'll put like a motivational thought, like here's a quote of the day, or do something nice for somebody today without even saying who you are or asking for anything in return. Always these little, I'm not saying it's not nice to send like a positive vibe or a nice message, but oh, happy Monday, terrific Tuesday, let's make it a worthwhile Wednesday, and all this nonsense. Good morning, everyone. Hello, my family. I don't even know any of these people. And they're like, I'm just saying, you don't even know any of these people. You're working from home, and you're typing on there, hello, my blah. I don't want to say the name of the company and all that kind of stuff. Hello, my blah blah, blah family, and I'm thinking like, oh, do I know you? Do I know you? That's why I told my one friend that I used to work with in my other job, I said, this is really, I'd say, what a blessing. I said, because now, since I've started, I never say good morning or anything on Teams. Because I said to my friend from my previous job, I said, why create a pattern of behavior where they're like, oh, Pete used to always say good morning and now he doesn't say good morning anymore. So I figure if I start from doing nothing from the beginning, then there's nothing to expect of me in the future. It's like when you're a teacher. You could be mean to the kids in the beginning. You can always be nicer at the end of the year, but you got to get your classroom management set first. Hey-o. Of course, nowadays, there's no such thing as classroom management because you're not allowed to reprimand children in any way because otherwise, you're going to get in trouble. So you basically got to let the kids spit in your face and, tell you to go F yourself. And, if they learn math, if they don't, they do. They don't. If not, whatever. You know what I mean? That's why we got China and all those other countries. They know how to add and subtract and do science. Here in America, we don't worry about that. We want to know what is the next level to what game we're playing we can get to or what TikTok video we can make. So, we're very busy here in America. But that's why I say it's all about the boo, 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 because, they get on in the morning on Teams, happy this, do. And now I've had numerous questions since I started, regarding access to certain training websites, access to, just different things I need access to. And, and they tell me, they give me a list of this is what you have to have done by this day and that, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, no problem, right? So I send emails. Nobody answers me, right? I either get no one answers me at all, or I get somebody just emails me back and gives me a help desk number. Right, so it's like this is the best. This is the best, and I really don't mind. This is what I'm saying. Our world is so depleted. The workforce is so depleted. It's insanity. But I love it personally because now I send an email and ask a question. I can't get into the site. Can you help me out? Here's the help desk number. Oh, great, thanks. You call the help desk. We put a ticket in. Maybe in a week or something they'll get back to me and take care of it. We'll see. A couple things have been resolved, but I think it's the best when especially this one woman. She is kind of in charge of the orientation of the new employees, bringing them on, and welcome to the the blah blah family, and anything you need, reach out. I said, okay, great, because I got a couple of questions. So I reach out, no reply. Reach out again, just following up, no reply. I'm like, all right, that's how we do it. That's what I'm talking about. Attentiones. Anybody out there? So that's pretty funny to me. So all about the boo, 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 because it's fine. They can do all the boo, 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 all day long. Happy Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. They don't even have me in the freaking system. I know, it's true, So anyway, it's just a sample, an example, however you want to say it, of our depleted, mindset, our depleted workforce, our depleted integrity. I don't know even what to say. But for me personally, I love it, right? Because, working these BS jobs doesn't make any sense anyway. That's why I said before, when I was talking about the one episode I did a few weeks back, talking about the AI and stuff, and, people are all scared of AI. And I keep saying, I don't understand what you're afraid of. Like, if I had a robot here, or some kind of computer program, I would teach that computer 2 seconds to do the job I do. Let them do it. Let the robot do the job for me. And then, I'll go do other things. And that would be great. Everybody's worried about, robots taking the job. Let the robots take the jobs. Like, why do you want to do this kind of job? Like, why do you want to do some job where you're stuck with the computer doing a bunch of administrative nonsense that don't mean anything anyway, but everybody thinks they're doing something important with their mission statement and blah, 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 that don't mean crap. Literally don't mean crap. Go plant a tree. Right? That means something. Go plant a tree. I don't know, help clean the ocean. Do something that means something, right? So where was I going with that, though? Here I go. Oh, by the way, let me just say this quickly about yesterday's show. I laughed. I watched it back, and I could just see. It's funny how my brain is. I get so distracted, because I was having difficulties with the internet and such yesterday. So, I'm paying attention, and because I'm trying to watch to make sure my connection's good or what's going on and all that kind of thing, I kept, I realized like halfway through what I was talking about yesterday, I still started repeating the same stuff I said in the beginning. And I said, these people got to think that, like, what is wrong with this guy? He doesn't even know, he's just talking so much. He doesn't even know he doesn't remember what the frig he said. And it's true. Like when I come on and do, like, even today, like, I got this idea. I want to talk about, the workforce and blah. And, but then I just start talking and I just get in these, like, tangents and such. And sometimes I miss some of the points that I want to make. But that's why you, the audience, that's why I care about you. And that's why I try to encourage you to participate and be part of, drop your comments, ask your questions, keep me on track. If you watch an episode and I say something and I left it hanging because I never got back to it, let's get me back to it. Drop a comment, let me know what I missed, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We can get through this together. We have to get through this. We're in this maze. We have to get through this maze together. Remember that in what was that? Couples Retreat. Remember in Couples Retreat when the guy is getting the massage from the girl, and he gets aroused and he's like, oh, we're going to have to work this out. We're in this maze together. Anyway, so what I was saying about the workforce thing is, for me personally, I think it's great. Because I how I think, anybody who watches me regularly, that, I'm so happy to see our world change. And I feel like our system is designed. It's basically just slavery anyway. So whatever we can do to break free. And I've always wanted to break free. When I worked my job before I moved, and before COVID happened and I was in the office all the time, like it was torture. And I was it was a struggle just to get like an 8 hours in, or, and I had a schedule back then where, it was a 2-week pay period and I had 80 hours in the pay period. And as long as I did 80 hours in the 2 weeks, it didn't matter how. I could do 10 hours one day, 6 hours another day, however I wanted to do it, I could do it. And it still was a struggle. Still is a struggle. And I was working from home a couple days then too. Like we started to develop into a little bit of work from home. So I worked from home, I think it was once a week at first, and it went to twice a week just before COVID. So I was doing like 10-hour days at home, which means I only had to get 20 hours in the office. And I still couldn't do it. I still had to use like sick leave, like almost every pay period, because I couldn't get like an extra. It's like, oh, if I stay 8 and 8, that's 16. And I want a day off. So I got to just use a couple hours of sick, so I can take the Friday off. It's the craziest thing. But my point is this, I don't like it. I'm older in my life a little bit, not old, but I'm, getting in that middle range of life. So I've lived, I've chased the dreams and done all the blah, blah, and the boo, 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 as I say. I'm all about the boo, boo, boo. I'm all about boo, 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 effing around and having fun and talking to people. And, I'm all about it. Believe me, I'm a boo, boo, boo kind of guy. But I'm just saying, let's get shit done. Let's get shit done. And then we can boo, boo, boo all we want. Don't start with the boo, boo, boo and then never get anything accomplished, And that's why I don't understand. Like, why would we not want our world to operate with simplicity and efficiency so that we can just enjoy our day? Like, there's no reason to be stressed and running around in circles for anything. I'm a fortunate person in the regard that, I was married at one time, but I'm not married. I don't have kids and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have all the entanglements, as it were, of what keeps most people down. I hate to say it that way. It's not keeping them down. It's not keeping them down. It's not. Hey,
shut up, you idiot.
I'm sorry. I apologize to all the people who love their families out there. But no, seriously, I'm the type of person, people run and chase to always have things filling them up in their life, which is, I understand. I don't mean any kind of bad way. If I met someone, a nice person, whether it be a good friend or a relationship, I'm open to whatever, but I don't chase anything down. You're not going to catch me on the websites, whatever, give me a date. Please, dear God, give me a date.com or something like that. Like, I really don't give a F. I enjoy my life. I'm comfortable in my life. And the last thing I need is somebody coming in here and screwing things up for me if they're not going to be on the same page. If they're on the same page, I'm good. If not,
Jeez, this show sucks.
Give me a break. I'm trying to say nice stuff over here. But seriously, right? So, anyway, I went down I was a whole nother tangent over there. But going back to the boo, boo, boo stuff, I do feel badly for the younger generation a bit. People who are just coming up, they're missing out on the socialization. They're missing out on making a difference in the workforce. But I think like the good thing about it is the way the workforce was done previously sucks. I mean, it was horrible. It's just horrible. I just can't even express it enough. So now the way these people are coming up, there's new ways of doing things. There's new ideas. There's new kind of mindsets. So, hopefully, as the system that we're in, crumbles and dies, and the new system is born, it'll bring a level of like some ingenuity, some open-mindedness, some freedom, built within it, because people are realizing And one of the things I like about the job I have now is that they do make a big emphasis on like, oh, your family life's important, your home life's important. Don't worry about like every minute of the clock. If you need an extra 10 minutes here or something, you can make it up over there. Like they're real open and cool, about all that. So, which is nice because I guess that's why they haven't even bothered me or given me any work yet. It's like we want you to just relax, and we're just going to send you checks. I feel like I'm in the mob. It's really great. Oh my God. Heyo. So,
Welcome, anyone.
not right now. Let me finish first. But anyhow, so, they do have a lot of leeway for that. But, the crazy thing is like, I think that should be, and I agree with that. We should have peace and, give people space and all that type of thing. But unfortunately, the way it has come into fruition in our world is a very kind of wussified way. It's almost like, oh, well, we don't want to make you upset, or we don't want to make anybody offended. It's all that kind of stuff is really like the motive. It's more, and again, so, I always talk about everything comes from a place of love or fear. And really like, in this kind of environment now, the way they're doing things, the freedom they're giving you or the space to, acknowledge your humanity and, pet your dog for 20 minutes, comes from a place of fear more so of them getting in trouble for putting too much pressure on you to actually do your job, instead of it being from a place of like, I don't, like I say, I'm all about the boo, 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 right? But you got to be efficient and you got to get stuff done. Just get stuff done. And then, I said this before when I worked my job, the other job previous, it was like they could have cut the staff down by 2/3 and tripled the amount of output that they were doing work-wise if they just would have, done away with all the bureaucracy shit. It was, when I started that last job, it was back in 2008. There was 25 people in our group. By the time I left that job, it was like 130, 150, whatever it is. And the numbers of the money that they produced in what they did dropped like considerably. I'm just trying to give too many specifics, but just the nature of the business and everything. And so, they have more levels of watching, more levels of what do you want to say? Checks and balances, instead of just letting, you're paying people big salaries to do this work, but you don't trust them to do the work. They do it. Then you got to let this person look at it and that person look at it. And then by the time, anything gets done, it takes forever. And you're paying all these people big salaries to slow down the process, right? So I don't know. Just the whole thing is just crazy to me. So hopefully this younger generation coming up now, they'll get their crap together and, we can be about the boo, 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 but I mean, we got to get something done a little bit, right? And this is kind of not related, I guess, probably not related to this topic, but, my brain, I just saw the thing about Budweiser yesterday and, it's just so, and then Chris Rock, Kid Rock, I guess, posted some video of him with a machine gun shooting up Budweiser cans because they, I guess whoever doesn't know, Budweiser is working with this transgender woman. I guess this person, has been on TikTok for like a year showing it was a guy transitioned to a woman and showing, the whole process of the transition and all that kind of thing. And I guess it's been a big hit. Dylan something, this person's name is, I don't know. Anyway, so, but now I guess Budweiser is making the put out a can to celebrate this transgender thing, and the Queen of Beers it was called or something. So people are uproar, of course, and all upset and agitated because of this. And I mean, listen, I say this all the time. Anybody should do whatever they want to do. Because I mean, however they want. To me, it's like that's a whole nother issue. You want to be whatever and do whatever. It's all fine and good. I just don't like the way they try to market it and use it as a ploy, for other political agendas and things like that. That's the part that gets me agitated. And a company like Budweiser is like, I mean, I was talking yesterday about like Walmart and how evil they are. These companies, I mean, they're evil. Like, but you think Budweiser really cares about the transgender movement or transgender people? What's Budweiser care about? Selling more beers, So now they could say Queen Beers, do an ad campaign. We support the trans movement, blah, blah, blah. Now, if this person, Dylan, whatever the name is, I don't know, this transgender woman, that's on the beer, if he, she, whatever, does something wrong, right? Just say they go out now and, I don't know, shoot somebody or do some kind of, horrific crime, rape a kid, I don't know, whatever. Now Budweiser drop him in 2 seconds, him, her, whatever. Drop him in 2 seconds. So I don't know. It's just funny to me because, it's all great to be, and then they just try to create, these political ploys and stuff out of it. Now, I will say this, Budweiser is one of the crappiest beers you probably could ever buy. If you're going to buy beer, I mean, you're pretty much at the bottom of the barrel with Budweiser, right? So, and it kind of fits in with everything because if you drink enough Budweiser, it may kind of make you believe that you want to change your gender. And if you don't want to change your gender, if you drink enough Budweiser, you could wind up sleeping with someone who is a trans just by accident because you'd be so effed up.
Oh, no, not that.
Hey-o. All right. Hey, that's it for today. I wanted to come on. I feel so much better. Yesterday was a rough one a little bit because the stream wasn't working well. I had to stop and restart a few times, and and it kind of threw me off my game. Is my game ever on? I don't know. You tell me. You're out there. You're watching. What's up with this game? Do I got game? Is this a game? Should we just end game over? Game over. All right. Seriously. Excuse me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Operation Status Quo, where we observe the status quo and then we learn to flow with the quo as best we can go with the quo. I mean, you don't want to go with the quo because sometimes you do want to do your own thing. But, anyway, I don't know. I get myself confused every time I say it. I got to figure it out. I can't even figure out my own status quo. I'm Pete Palma. I would love to encourage you to please subscribe, share, like these videos, drop comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Send this out to all your friends, your family, those you love, and of course, more importantly, those you despise, because we know they need the most help of any of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, and you're welcome here. I want you to participate. I want you to engage and tell me what you want to talk about. I want you to be on. I have an interview coming up on Thursday, so we'll see how that goes. Not sure if I'm going to post it the same day but anyway, people are involved, hopefully. We're trying to get people involved. I don't mind. I'll come on and keep talking, but I don't want it to be, I say this all the time, I don't want it to be about just me. I want it to be about all of us as a group together. So, that's what I'm here for. That's what Operation Status Quo is all about. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for your time. I definitely appreciate you being here and doing all you do, whatever it is that you do. Do what you got to do. But remember, do what you got to do. But you can be all about the boo, boo, boo. But you just got to get something done. Let's get something done. And then we can go, a boo, boo, boo. Hold on, one more time. We'll do a little, a boo, boo, boo. A boo, boo, boo. I don't know. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. It's ridiculous. I jumped the shark. It's all over. All right. Hey-o. Hey, listen, God bless each and every one of you out there. You know the deal. Operation Status Quo will be back real soon. Have a great day. Operation Status Quo disengaged.